Hi, welcome back to my channel. Upcoming in today's vlog, I'm finally going to have a chance to sit down and reflect back on my dramatic labor and delivery story, my postpartum recovery, the 411 or what no one told me, and what you should be aware of, all you women, on labor, delivery, postpartum, including pregnancies, and all of that goes into having baby related. I'm also going to be sharing what my husband's been feeling lately, and I'll probably answer the question that a lot of you guys are probably going to ask. Will you have more kids in the future? Can you have more kids in the future? I'll address that as well in today's vlog. In the meantime, I thought I'd give you guys updates on our room, do a quick tour of the baby's room, and then we'll get into, you probably will be, well, if you haven't already seen it, there's a YouTuber who commented on my dramatic labor and delivery vlog who mentioned, well, if you publicly already show your son with a lot of photos, so why would you not reveal him on social media? So let's get started with today's vlog. I used to vlog a little bit of my husband and I bedroom, and if you don't remember from some of my earlier vlogs, the ones that I did last year, there was very few of our bedroom. So I'll show you guys a little bit about that. So this bed used to be against that window, and we had a sleep number bed that was older than the one we have now. And my parents decided, since we couldn't find a bed frame that we both liked and agreed upon, and I really wanted mine from my parents' house because it gave me a piece of memory of something that I grew up with. My parents' house, you know, we all like memories, don't we? We love, you know, building memories, and whatever we grew up with, we want to treasure it and keep it. The saying goes, you're supposed to get rid of stuff and start fresh and new when you get married. I apparently didn't. I just accumulate stuff from my old life to my new life. You know, the life before you were married and then the life you were married. So this one is a true Italian leather. I saw it actually, the story behind it is, we were in Venice one day, years ago when I was in college, beginning college years, like around 21, 22, 23, something like that, 21, 22, the younger years. And then we come upon this magazine, and I see an orange bed. I didn't want an orange bed. I pointed to my mom. This is the leather bed I want. Which is this exact headboard, which is leather and woven, but instead of orange, I wanted it white. Because I'm not a fan of brown. Oh, I like headboards, don't get me wrong. But I wanted leather. I didn't care about a wood headboard. So we got this bed. And I believe it was bought at Rapport, which there's one in the Valley and there's one in LA area by near the, not the Grove, which is the Fairfax, 3rd Street, whatever. This would be by the Beverly Mall. There's a mall in the Beverly Hills, Los Angeles area, La Cienega, around there, not far from Cedars-Sinai Hospital. This is where they have the bed. They don't make them like this anymore. We've looked. A lot of it is fake or fur fox, which is like imitated leather. Now, I don't wear real leather, but I don't mind like sleeping on leather, and my shoes are leather, so that's an exception. But I'm talking about like clothes wise, like I wouldn't wear like real fur or whatever, but I have one coat. That's another story. So this is our bathroom door. So the bed, whenever I sleep, it used to face this. So what we decided was, now for those of you who are Jewish, you probably are familiar with ketubas that people have. Can you guys see it? There you go. Can you guys see it? Okay, it's ketubas that are usually framed, and it's either in your bedroom or somewhere in a private sanctuary. You have it stowed away. So ours is hanging up there, along with, this is a gift from my husband, our memories of love for our first year. We have that up, and then we have our wedding and all that we put right up there. You guys can see a little bit. This is our door. So one thing you'll probably learn about Russians is we're very superstitious. So you cannot have a bed facing directly the door. Now, there is a contrary to this. Our door, there's a little corridor hallway, and then you get into the bedroom. So technically, the bed is not by the door, because if you look at it, the bedroom starts with this wall. The door, there's a little corridor. So here's our closet. We have like a little entryway. So whenever you have an entryway and then you get into the bedroom, there's technically not another physical door. So that's why the bed can face towards this door, because there's not a physical door to the bedroom. The last tour of the house I'm going to show you guys is the baby's room. But I forgot to reveal one other thing. And I don't know if you guys have wanting to guess. But we do something to our windows. Can you figure it out? It's not the blind. Okay. Ta-da! I don't know if you guys could see. Maybe I should open this one. Okay. So we got new windows. We replaced them. There's a company called CDW. Look it up online. They are California Deluxe Windows. Give them a call. Tell them I referred you. And I'm a YouTube vlogger. Maybe they'll give you guys a discount. We'll see. Hopefully. So CDW, connect with somebody. And they'll definitely be giving you guys a free estimate. And all that they do payment installment plans with their Green Sky credit line that we did. So you can pay per month. This is something that we did, which is not, a problem. And we have replaced all windows. I'm waiting on the bedroom one, because they did one, they forgot the other, and they put it in the dining room, which they were supposed to do it in the bedroom, and then we were supposed to get the one in the dining room. That didn't happen. But now we're going to walk over, and I'm going to show you guys the official reveal of the nursery that we designed as a family. My husband and I, my parents worked together for our little boy, Samuel, or Samchick as I call him. So we're going to start with this area. Pottery Barn has great quality furniture. So if you have allergies or you want something environmentally friendly, I like grays and blues because that was something I wanted for my boy. So we have a gray dresser that we got as a gift. The bed, which was originally $800, $900, we scored it on sale for $300 and something. And then I order the bedding directly from Pottery Barn because they make them great. So my mom or my husband will tell me which ones are easily fitting the crib mattress. They don't take 90 years to drag it and try to, put it on. And then we cover this. Now, for all you moms out there, thank you for this recommendation. I saw this on your YouTube channels. If you guys are interested, these are called Aiden and Denise swaddle blankets. The only ones you should have. If your hospital doesn't give you their free ones, the one that they usually let you go home with one, my Tarzana hospital does not allow you to take them. It's hospital privacy, whatever, that people somehow steal them, whatever. So we went with the next closest, which is the Aiden and Denise swaddle blankets. They are usually high. I got them as gifts. You go to Tuesday morning, they sell them for $20. They're exactly what they are, Aiden and Denise blankets. And then my parents got us a gift, which we all pitched in. One of those mattresses that, this is a remote Tempur-Pedic, so it goes up and down, which is convenient for sleeping, feeding the baby, and eventually it'll be his bed, which is great. This was a table I had as a kid. Growing up in Russia, they don't make these here anymore. My brother had it. Now I'll go to my son, and then when my brother has kids, they'll go to them. When my son has a kid, they'll get it for a baby year. So it's going to stay in the family. It's already been in the family for 33 years. So I've had it since I was a baby. So it's going to be in the family for a lot longer. And we had a nightstand which doesn't work, but we put one of those flashlights that we use. And we're going to get new window treatment. This is all of his diapers. We use Huggies. I pump whatever milk I can pump for him. So we have all this set up. Infamil at night. And then we use the Infamil powder base for during the day. Which I got to go and pump soon. And then I'll meet you guys back later, and we'll finish out the rest of the day's vlog. And this is all of his stuff. My parents' business gives us these. They're kind of like dog pads, but they're not. And I put them in the crib or anywhere, because you can pee on it and get it dirty, and then the crib or the bed itself does not get dirty. We do have a changing pad, which we hardly use, because wherever he's at, I just put this on, and it does the trick. And the other trick is you put the diaper underneath. Then in this corner, we have a chair. Temporarily, we have a bookcase that we made for him. Now, one tradition we did with my brother is we hung up a blanket that was made. My brother passed it on to us, the Noah's Ark, so my dad hung it up for us above the crib. My brother had a different one that was hung above his crib when he was born and a baby, and things like that. This is our Mickey. Can you guys see? This is our Mickey photo, and then we have the piglet over there. And then we buy the disposable Munikin Arm & Hammer diaper bags. So if you guys want some great baby products destined for diaper rash, definitely get those. We have these that the hospital gave us. Do not buy the Nose and Freedom ones. We just use these, which I was surprised. Little remedies for gas drops. And then he takes the vitamin D, which we don't give him gas drops anymore. He doesn't need them. These are the Arm & Hammer Munikin. Just go to Toys R Us. Target sells them. You can also buy them on Amazon. Great stuff. And then what I usually do is, whatever he fits into now, we put him in the drawers. Whatever he'll wear in the later months, we usually just put him in his closet. Our friend, we got this as a gift, the Gymboree thing. My friend gave us another one. We have it somewhere else. We have yet to try the carrier. So that's pretty much the beautiful Baby Samuel nursery. I'm back. I just got done with my session of pumping some milk for my son. I got almost 2 ounces, so it depends. Some sessions I get 1 ounce, some sessions I get 2. It kind of all started with the hospital when I delivered him. My mom noticed colostrum was coming out, and my husband's like, what's that white stuff coming out, or yellowish, whatever, out of my breast? And then they were supposed to right then and there start having me pumping milk because he went to the NICU, but unfortunately, there was no pump to rent out for me in the hospital. You don't pay, they just bring it to your room and you have it for the time being. But unfortunately, they were all taken. And then in the NICU, you had to share with the women, so they didn't have me start doing it till the next day. So I got a lot of colostrum, and then right then and there, I was getting 4 ounces. When I got home, my milk supply started to decrease, which meant that the home grade pump that I got free from the insurance was not doing its job at all. And so I ended up going back to the Medela Symphony. But every time you're in the NICU, you can only spend so much time there because they make you go and get lunch and finish all the stuff getting ready to bring the baby home. So I hired a lactation consultant. I highly recommend. Spend the amount. Mine was discounted $150. Worth everything. That's how my son got diagnosed with a lower tongue tie and an upper lip tie, which we got taken care of by a really good doctor. Alana Remchick in Calabasas is her name. So definitely look up on Yelp Ilana Remchick, and you will find it in Calabasas. It's a dentistry great for kids. They do the laser. My son felt no pain, very little discomfort after, which is great. And so this is the Medela Symphony that everyone rents, that my lactation consultant didn't have, so I ended up going to a store that can rent it out for $75 versus $100, $200 elsewhere. And then as soon as my lactation consultant gets one back, I will return this one, get hers, which is for $55 a month. So that should be a lot better. But you have to buy your own detachments. So you basically open and then you put this here. The back, you just plug this in, plug it into a wall, and then you press this button right here. Then this knob turns how much suction you want. This also controls stuff. Highly recommended. I think had I have been able to pump at night, but when you recover they want you to, I don't know, rest, whatever the instructions are, especially with the NICU. So I kind of didn't have the best start in pumping, which is okay. But that's all that with the pump. Now we'll get into the upcoming segment where I told you guys I would sit down and reflect on my dramatic labor and delivery story, give you guys the 411 on pregnancy, labor, delivery, and the postpartum, what I've been feeling lately, what my husband's thoughts are on everything that unfolded and happened. And if you guys haven't seen my dramatic labor and delivery story, go and check that out. It is up on my channel for sure. It is a little bit clean in the sense that there's no footage. It's all me just talking and words. And also, I didn't want to have so much emotions out because when you're telling this story, if all the things that people see is you sobbing, they might not get the story. So by me talking about it and reflecting back, should already convey enough emotions about what I was going through and how I was feeling and everything that went with it. But I'm going to clear up. So one of you YouTubers commented on that video, my labor and delivery dramatic story, the dramatic labor and delivery story, saying that, well, I already exposed a lot of my son, so why don't I want to show him on YouTube? So this is how it came about. My parents and my pediatrician don't want me having him out for 3 months publicly around people. So we usually just take walks by our house. We take him out for fresh air because he needs it. It's good for his immune system and all that stuff. So he gets plenty of sunlight. We just don't have a lot of relatives or friends over other than immediate family. So like yesterday on Super Bowl Sunday, he finally met his uncle, my brother, because he was sick the past couple weeks. He couldn't meet him. You know, when you're coming from the NICU, you have to take extra precautionary steps. So we had all that basically planned out and everything. And so I'm now responding back to you and to clear it all up for all of you guys. So at 3 months, maybe after his 2-month appointment, I'm going to reveal him finally on YouTube. So we'll do a vlog all about him. I'll talk to you guys about him and all that stuff. In the meantime, you're just going to see me on the vlogs. So you'll also notice on my channel a new banner art, which I have finally figured out how to do that. I got the Final Cut Pro to be able to do better editing of videos and have it more stabilized rather than shakiness and all that stuff, because my other editor did not capture the videos in the way that I had wanted it to. And you can tell my hair is going out. So yeah, that's just kind of a quick update with my son. So I will talk about him. I will reveal him either at 2 months or 3 months. In the meantime, you'll probably see updated photos of him, which is about as close as you get to actually meeting him. Although we have done Skype time with my cousin and some friends, that's how they got to physically see him. So that's just cleared up, and now we'll get into finally the upcoming segment I was telling you guys about, all the things that go along with labor and delivery, pregnancy, postpartum. I'll give you guys all the 411 lowdown, so the things that no one tells you about that no one told me, I would definitely relay that. But we'll get started on first things first, which is sitting down and reflecting back on my dramatic labor and delivery story. The minute my water broke, I didn't really have time to think about bags. I just remembered from watching a lot of YouTube videos that you bring whatever clothes you're going to wear to the hospital to going home. Because for one, it's not like a C-section or this regular labor and delivery where you know your son's going to be in the room with you, visitors can come, not a big deal. This was all, you knew there was a big high-risk chance that he was going to go to the NICU, especially with my pregnancy being already rough and everything. So we're getting in the car and I'm panicking like, come on honey, let's go, we don't have time. The minute I get to the hospital, they told me they're admitting me. They're not sending me home, they're not going to stop labor or nothing, so I get steroids to help his lungs. And they told me, depending on his size, that they might send him to the NICU. I will not have him skin to skin on my chest. So I didn't have time to cry because I processed it. I had to process it so fast, knowing that whatever medical help he needed, I would consent to right there, just because I wanted the best outcome for him. And I didn't want to be selfish and start sobbing that I didn't get that skin to skin where they place you baby right on the chest, like when they're coming out and they place them on your chest. I kind of knew I was going to experience it sort of like a C-section where they take him out, they whisk him away, they measure him, resuscitate him, everything like that. Well, not resuscitate, like something's wrong. You know when women get C-section, you don't see your baby, right? Like they show it to you, they take it away, and then they put him or her skin to skin if that hospital allows it, whatever. That's kind of the experience I knew I was going to get. Even though it was a vaginal delivery, I was not going to get him right place in my chest or anybody holding him, whatever. And the fact that my water was broken and there was no way to tell in blood work that it was infected or anything like that. So we had to take extra precautionary steps. So I was already upset about that, but I couldn't show the emotion and I couldn't sit there and dwell on it or talk about it because I knew if I did, then it would sit there and be there forever and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where I was going with that. I know if I'd gone back in time, I would have probably arranged for them to at least, when they're taking him out, like here, immediately. But yeah, so that was one thing. The other thing is, normally they allow you to walk, but because my water was broken, they had to monitor me consistently. So I made arrangements that I'm able to move mobily in my bed. I'm able to walk around my bed because I'm hooked up to monitors. So that was a compromise we made. So I still had a natural delivery. I just had it in the comfort that it satisfied the nursing staff and my doctor that I'm monitored. It made me happy in the sense that I could still do, my rocking motion on the bed, walking around it and all that stuff. So that was that was a good part. That they still made it feel and treated me like it was a natural, healthy labor, even though I knew there was going to be a lot of chaos in the aftermath and whatnot. IV was not pleasant, so anytime you get an IV, you guys, just have your partner there holding your hand, whatever. Luckily, for the epidural part, my husband and my mom were allowed to be in there. He didn't squeamish. The needle itself, like this, doesn't hurt because it was just like a prick. It was just the initial epidural because they're trying to put it in. And be your advocate. If someone doesn't do it right and you have a scoliosis, back problem, whatever, speak up. I did. And then they ended up coming back and redoing it, which was, pretty scary. Labor is not easy. Delivery is not easy. It's not a picnic. It's like a marathon you're riding on and stuff like that. If I would go back in time, I wish that I would have had the opportunity to have him place my skin. I wish they would have wheeled me into the NICU just to hang out with him until I went to recovery room. I wish I got to see him through the incubator. I was just mad for 3 hours. Like sobbing that we're not together. Like that first 3 hours, we missed that initial crucial bonding. The first people he saw was doctors, my doctor, my mom, a nurse, and my husband. So me getting to see him was just not there. You're probably wondering why I'm smiling. It's because I'm trying to keep this positive and upbeat, but if I would go back in time, I would have loved to have that opportunity. And the fact that I didn't get that, it's still upsetting, especially because I've been diagnosed with postpartum traumatic, I think it's called postpartum post-traumatic stress. I still have it because I have nightmares every day still. That thought of not having that 3 hours with him is still there. It'll probably be about 4 to 5 months, maybe 6, before it completely all clears up and stuff like that, which is okay. But yeah, when my husband was feeling, it was pretty dramatic for him. This is why I'm going to get tested and see what would be the scenario should I get pregnant down the line again. If my doctor feels that I'm not safe to have another pregnancy, then we consider this our lucky miracle that we had our child that we didn't think we would have. And that's pretty much kind of my reflection on it. Just that I got to have a natural and I got to experience it, but there was a lot of dramatic things. And the fact that he had to go to the NICU to get antibiotics because it turned out my placenta did have an infection, something with the umbilical cord. I did have excess fluid that saved his life. I'm still processing. Like, I can't believe I had to be in the NICU to watch him have an IV, to watch him get through a lot of things. It didn't help that I had a nurse that wouldn't let me bond with him for the day. She's like, just bring the milk, go rest, just see him through there, touch him through the incubator. Because the fact that the other nurses allowed us to do skin to skin all day is what helped him to come home a lot faster. I even do skin to skin now at home. Sometimes I'll take my top off and just have him lay on me. And that's how he falls asleep and all that kind of stuff. So my advice is, if you have to go through the same thing, definitely have a best support team. Make sure the nurses are on your side. And I'm thankful to Dr. Wong, my OB, Diana Wong. Thank you so much for the best delivery possible. I did get to have natural. She called extra times to make sure I was okay, my son was okay. So this is going to conclude my reflection on my dramatic labor and delivery story. And now we'll get into the 411 on pregnancy, labor, delivery, and the aftermath of postpartum. The things that no woman will ever tell you. Or maybe they're embarrassed or afraid. But that's why I'm here to open up this dialogue as a new mom. As the saying goes, once you get pregnant, there's no turning back. Whether it is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever number you are on, no labor, no delivery, no pregnancy will ever be the same. Like my friend, for example, felt a lot of her son kicks. I did not, because I had an anterior placenta. So mine was in the front rather than posterior. My son ended up dragging my skin. So normally your belly is round like this. Mine had a top belly pooch, and then the rest were just sagging down. So he literally dragged my uterus down. Because I have a small uterus, I would have not been able to carry a big baby. So that was already there. The appointments were not fun because they were long and dragging. So like, I would always feel like something's not right, something's wrong. I would constantly call. I ended up having a fetal Doppler heart monitor at home, the kind that hospitals and doctors use. Although the hospitals, they use the straps. At the doctor's office, they use the fetal Doppler. Invest in one. I got one for free from someone who ended up having an extra one and gave us one. So that was a plus. I didn't always use it or rely on it. I knew if there was something wrong, you still called your doctor and whatnot. So my pregnancy was rough as it was. My third trimester, I couldn't walk. I was homebound. He was hurting me. Even when I had to watch the dog, it was so much pain. So there's a lot of foods you cannot eat. My dietitian said no preservatives, everything all natural, because whatever you eat goes to the baby. Unlike when you're breastfeeding, whatever you eat just doesn't go to the baby because it's whatever's in the milk. So other than little amounts of wine in the coffees, whatever. So that was pretty much, right then and there. That was something, that we had to obviously, go through and deal with. It was hard on my husband because I couldn't work a lot. So when he worked, I was constantly complaining of how much pain I had to wake him up at night just to go to the the labor and delivery unit, whatever it was. A lot of things that were just going around. I didn't feel him as much as well because of the fact that, like, when you have an anterior placenta, you don't always feel him. But to me, that was like no movement. So that's the thing about labor. That's the thing about pregnancies. No pregnancy is ever unique. But definitely have a lot of stuff handy. So make sure you have a really good OB. Once you have the best OB in town, who does gynecological stuff and that, and who refers you to the best infertility specialist, then you know you're in the right zone. My doctor, Diana Wong, is amazing. She was on my side, the baby side. So a lot of women complain that they don't have the best outcome, and that is because you don't have the best hospital and you don't have the best doctor. Once you have a great doctor and you have a great plan and everything is established, then it's great. Don't do birth plans, don't take birthing classes other than the breastfeeding class. I'm glad I didn't, because once you're in labor and delivery, you will care less. TV, music, everything went out the door. Husband's rubs, ice packs, that's what did it for me. Having my mom there was the best. And just trying to be zoned out, be like, stop being on your phones. I'm trying to, sleep and just be like relaxed. That was the best comforting state. The other thing is, go with an open mind, because every part of labor and delivery I had to go through. So it's kind of like, when people work hard and they get to Mount Everest and it's the hardest they'll ever have to climb. That's what I felt like. You're running a 10K marathon times 10. The labor is like period, but they're on and off. They get intense. And then to the point where you're going to give up and get an epidural. Just because you get an epidural doesn't mean your labor will slow down, and it does not mean that you failed. You still have a natural delivery. It's like, would you go to a dentist and not get, Novocaine? That's how I felt. If you guys plan on a home birth or doing it without, it's up to you. It's your personal preference. But I love delivering in the hospital because I still got it natural while getting help that I needed. Now, epidurals are no joke, so definitely make sure you have a partner there, your mom, your husband, whoever, a nurse. I had support with the best team. Now, I ended up having a pinched nerve, so the ice pack really helped, because the ice pack would take away the pinched nerve pain. So here's a contraction that translated into a nerve pain. The ice pack would be, substituting that, and it helped. When it came time to deliver, you might say things like, just get him out, I'm ready to have a C-section, I'm ready to do a vacuum. No matter what, your partner, your nurses, your doctors will go harder, go push, you can do it. Like, we're not going to just, they do it for a reason, because they know that you're going to get the baby out, and that's how they encourage you to get the baby out. I had to push with all my might, because I had a little bit of a list service left. And I knew if I didn't push through, there would be an emergency for sure surgery. C-section, which I did not want. At one point I did because I was tired, and at one point I didn't. Having a 24-hour longer labor is not ideal. My makeup artist, who also does my wax and massages and everything else, she had a 48-hour labor with her son, natural delivery. Mine was 24 hours, also natural delivery. Just don't have kids without an epidural. My highly recommendation. Now, when I had tore, you don't, by the way, feel the tearing, and the stitching was not that bad. It just felt heavy, like someone's trying to stitch you heavy. But I felt the sting of the needle. It was just like a tiny sting, so I was like, ow. But then it was nothing. My husband distracted me and stuff like that, and then I was able to just concentrate on recovering so I can get to my son and all that stuff. Now, one of my friends, the same friend that gave us a lot of baby stuff, had said to try using these cover-ups for when I pump or nurse. Unfortunately, they don't really do anything for me. You wear it like this, and supposedly can pump and breastfeed your kid. Now, this is my advice about everything. If you're planning to take childbirth classes, keep an open mind, watch some videos on C-sections, be in the know, because you never know if you're going to get an emergency C-section. Because I was medically informed about everything, and knowing that I read all my mom's nursing books when she had my brother, and she was, still having her nursing books at the time, working as a nurse. Now they run a business, she doesn't need him, she's not really a nurse there, she just runs the business with my dad. But knowing all the information I had, I felt more at ease going into labor and delivery and the postpartum, because I wasn't scared, I wasn't freaked out. Of course I was nervous, and there is a lot of pain involved, but once you get through it, you have a miracle baby and a baby in your arms and all that. The minute I held him, I just bawled out. Sorry, it's just, I don't know if I'm getting the sniffles. Well, it's just an allergy thing. The other thing is, and then no one tells you, is recovery is rough. I recover better at home than the hospital. I hate being in the hospital. I want to get out. You will bleed for a month or more. You will feel sore down there. I recently shaved for the first time, and I actually felt myself down there, and I'm still stretched out. Yikes. They give you these perineal bottles to squirt. Definitely use that. It helps. Warm, lukewarm, cold, whatever you'd like. Get those mesh panties. They're wonderful. Stock up on a bunch of pads. The minute I ran out of the hospital stuff, I was able to use my own underwear, and I bought these like long, maxi, thick pads that I still use. And then don't be afraid to ask for help and get some rest and stuff like that. That's what I did. Being a parent's going to be a learning curve, so if your husband likes to do things on his own without you there, then that's what you do, and that's how you get used to the baby and stuff like that. These are things they don't tell you about postpartum. It's rough. And you don't fully recover within 6 months or a year, even though you get 12-week maternity leave. I know I'm physically still not there. And mentally I'm not there. I'm still processing in. And you don't think you can manage? I do. We build a system. When baby naps, I nap. When mom comes, you get things done around the house and your errands and whatnot. So yeah, so that is pretty much, what we do and what. So yeah. What I wish I would have known, and this is what I'm telling moms, is be educated, do your research, and even breastfeeding. Don't get hung on the idea that you have to solely breastfeed your kid. Because for me, he couldn't latch on because milk was not being poured out. That's why I rented the machine, because it pumps out like no tomorrow, and babies can't suck out milk the same way that a machine does. This is why I bottle feed him with Infamil. I give him whatever milk comes out of my breast into a bottle, which is fine because you're still breastfeeding. They're still getting it in the bottle. Just because they're getting it in a bottle doesn't mean that they're not getting your breast milk. Breastfeeding means you are giving them milk. And if you have to supplement like I do, don't be upset. It's okay. My friend told me about it and I'm not upset. I'd rather give him whatever is best for him and not solely be hung up on this idea that I have to breastfeed, I have to do this, have to do that. Anyways, I'm going to be concluding my vlog, so I'm going to go and rest before he wakes up for the next feed, diaper change, and outfit change if he wets himself. But thank you guys so much for watching my vlog. If you have any questions or you need advice or someone to talk to, there's a lot of support groups out there. I'm here for you as a new mom. Definitely subscribe to my channel. We can build up a network around here as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time when I see ya. Send you all love. Bye. Moments of